outside the camp. In the Exodus, those plagued and diseased were brought outside the camp, and this is a prophetic foreshadow of the end times, what occurs during the wilderness Exodus, where the plagues come upon the earth and the people are outside the camp. Book of Numbers, chapter 5, verse 2 and 3, gives a prophetic foreshadow. It says, "Command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper and everyone that hath an issue, and whosoever is defiled by the dead. Both male and female shall ye put out. Without the camp shall ye put them, that they defile not their camps in the midst whereof I dwell." So those who were diseased and plagued were put outside the camps. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 45 and 46. "And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare, and he shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and shall cry, Unclean, unclean. All the days wherein the plague shall be in him, he shall be defiled. He is unclean. He shall dwell alone. Without the camp shall his habitation be." And just like how Christ was put outside their camp and considered to be unclean, we share their reproach. We are outside their camp, out in the wilderness, in our own camp, like a leopard colony. To them, we are unclean to them. But they will not be permitted into the camp, for it's them who is defiled. They are the ones that are going to have the plagues and curses and wrath come upon them, and they're not to be coming into the camp because they are unclean. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 12 and 13. "Wherefore Jesus also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. Let us go forth, therefore, unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach." And those on the Exodus will keep the law, according to what is written in the Scripture. Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. "And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath the place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And again, Revelation chapter 12, verse 14. "And the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent." And Revelation chapter 12, verse 17 talks about the woman on the Exodus keeping the commandments of God. "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ." So we see those outside the camp will be those who do not keep the law and the commandments. The people who do not keep the commandments of God will not be permitted to come to the Exodus and be in the camp. And this is exactly what occurs on Christ's return. The same thing occurs. The people that refuse the law, that have the faith and testimony of Jesus Christ, but they refuse the law, they don't keep the law, they're not permitted to even go into the city of God, nor are they permitted to have the tree of life. The people that do not keep the commandments of God, the laws, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ cannot go into the camp on the Exodus. They are to be put outside the camp. Revelation chapter 22, verse 14 and 15. "Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie." For those who rejected the law, the plagues and the curses come upon them, and they're outside the camp. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15, talks about the plagues and the curses coming upon the people for not keeping the law. "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, and overtake thee." And what diseases come over the people that are written in the book? The plagues. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 59 through 61. "And the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plague of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of a long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee, until thou be destroyed." And the people who are out in that world will not be permitted into the camp. They will not bring in their viruses and their diseases into the camp. The camp will be on guard with military arms of the 144,000 soldiers, on rotations of 3,000 soldiers every 4 watch. The people who were sick were to stay outside the camp because they would bring the diseases into the camp. Exodus chapter 15, verse 26. and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. So the plagues coming over the earth like Egypt, and the pestilence is coming over the earth. Those will be seen in the end times, just like in the time of Egypt. Exodus chapter 9, verse 6, And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. Children of Israel were set apart in their camp, away from the Egyptians and their animals. And it will be so in the end times for those 42 months with that woman as well. After the missiles have bombarded the earth, military bases and different bioweapon labs, man-made animal plagues and viruses, and those will spread throughout the earth. Intentionally or unintentionally released from military labs being hit all over the world. Matthew chapter 24 verse 7 talks about this. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. And should you not be warned that death and hell follow after the fourth rider? Revelation chapter 6 verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and its rider's name was Death, and Hades followed him. And they were given great authority over a fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with famine, and with pestilence, and by wild beasts of the earth. But those at the camp will not permit people from outside going in. They will be protected from those plagues that come upon Egypt. They will be set apart like the people in Goshen. Revelation chapter 11 verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. There will be 1,260 days of plagues being prophesied on Egypt, on spiritual Egypt and the earth, while the people at the camp are safe, put away by the Lord, protected at the camp. Revelation chapter 12 verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. These 1,260 days that the woman's in the wilderness is the same time that the plagues are being prophesied in the book of Revelation chapter 11 verse 3. Revelation chapter 11 verse 6 says, These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. And all of this is a prophetic foreshadow of those who are diseased out the camp, the plagues on Egypt, the people being separated in the camp on the wilderness, keeping the laws. And this is all a prophetic foreshadow of the end. And this is what will occur in the end times, is that the people who are plagued and cursed will be put outside the camp, as they are unclean. And this is the prophecy of outside the camp.